Welcome to your daily 49ers update. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Here is what's happening. We have officially reached the silver linings portion of the 49ers regular season. And yesterday, Kyle Shanahan said he sees one of those for Brock Purdy despite his struggles in 2024.
He's in a more challenging situation this year. He's got 2 more weeks of it. I think it's going to end up being really good for him in the long run. I thought he played at such a high level in some situations last year that, some were good and easier, but then some were tough, just like even both playoff games. Some of the situations we were in and him leading us back to end up winning both of those and go to the Super Bowl. I think this year just having a number of his guys down and things like that has been harder on him. But usually that stuff can make you better. And I think he's fought through it all year. He's got 2 more weeks to fight through it, and hopefully we can still improve in these 2 weeks and then get to the film in the offseason.
Brock and the offense are going to have to score a lot this week if they are going to keep up with that Detroit Lions offense. Speaking of Detroit, here's their head coach, Dan Campbell, on how his team is approaching the matchup this week.
I'll make this easy for everybody. That way all the critics can jump out and start attacking. But that way you don't have to debate them anymore. We're bringing everything we got to this game, and we are playing, and I don't care what it looks like and where it's at or who's this, who's that. We're going out to play and win this game out on the West Coast. So there you go.
It could get very ugly at Levi's on Monday, almost as ugly as the 49ers' current injury situation. Let's take a look at the practice report from yesterday. 4 players did not participate: Aaron Banks, Robert Beal, Spencer Burford, and Dre Greenlaw. Greenlaw has been officially shut down for the year. He played a grand total of 34 snaps this season across 2 different games. His future obviously very much up in the air. 4 other players were limited: Jair Brown, Leonard Floyd, Isaac Guerrero, and Colton McKivitz. In other 49ers offensive line news, Trent Williams officially shut down with his injured ankle. Kyle Shanahan did say it's not career threatening as far as they have heard. So again, we're in the silver linings portion of the 49ers season. They also added multiple offensive linemen: Charlie Heck, Austin Pleasance, and Matt Hennessy come on down. Hennessy is a center. He actually has a 2-year contract, so they're going to be able to look at him the rest of this season and into the offseason as well, possibly maybe for 2025 on the Niners offensive line. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Friday: Matt Barrow's mailbag is always good, particularly this week. There's stuff in there, questions about Brock Purdy's health, and a hint as to what could happen at defensive coordinator next year. You may not like what Barrows has to say there. Speaking of things you may not like, our one thing to watch: offensive breakdown in Miami, particularly on offense. Johnny Dell has the YouTube video. You should definitely go and watch it. Breakdown is the appropriate word. There were screw ups all over the place on that side of the ball. Not ideal for Kyle Shanahan and his team. One thing you may have missed: our old friend Pete Carroll is trying to come back and get into the league. Adam Schefter reported he has his eyes on one particular opening. That would be the Chicago Bears opening. Remember, Matt Eberflus was fired after that disastrous loss on Thanksgiving, where he inexplicably just let 30 seconds tick off the clock. Petey wants to come back in the Windy City. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network wherever you get your audio pods. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Click the bell so you get notified every single time we're live, which is every single weekday for you. And after all, 49ers games. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk after the game.